I'm Greg.
Let's go.
We got ourselves a little build-off project here using the MFS3 Kiryu from Aoshima. We're pretty stoked to get in on this build. I know Colin's been harassing me for a long time about this build. He bought this kit for me,
your birthday?
My birthday 1 year ago, and it's going to be my birthday tomorrow, so literally 1 year.
That's what I've been telling him.
We haven't built it because we wanted to shoot this video for like a year.
And I got one,
and now he's got one, so we decided to do a build off with it.
Friendly competition.
Friendly competition, G-size competition. It's gonna be a good time. We have some different ideas. Obviously, you can see the differences in the kits just from the box size. So we're gonna get into that a little bit and talk about kind of what our final plans are for these things. This is our first times doing anything with these kits, this brand.
Yeah. New brand. We're used to the Bandai or the Kotobukiya stuff. So
exactly. Pretty standard fare. So this is gonna be cool. All right, let's get into what this is. What this kit is representing.
What is it? It's Mechagodzilla, or the
Kiryu design.
Kiryu or whatever you call it.
Kiryu, whatever.
Mobile Fighting System 3. So these guys are from the Godzilla movies, Godzilla X Mechagodzilla from 2002, and this kit here is from 2003 movie, Godzilla, Mothra, Mechagodzilla.
That was the Millennium series, right?
Yeah, Tokyo SOS. Both of these are from the Millennium series of Godzilla movies that ran from 1999 up to 2004, Godzilla Final Wars. What I like about these two films, that they really kind of hone back to the Showa series. The Godzilla X Mechagodzilla being a direct sequel from the original 1954 film, and then the follow-up, Tokyo SOS, being actually a direct sequel from that, and a direct sequel from the original Mothra film from 1961. Great callbacks in those movies. Great if you're an old-time Godzilla fan watching those movies.
Yeah, dude, you're such a nerd.
Get those nerds! Nerds!
Well, obviously, this is like the coolest design of Mechagodzilla. I think that is out there, like the coolest iteration.
Oh yeah, it's definitely the most
produced.
Definitely the most popular. As we have right here, the SH Monster Arts, those ones, they sold like hotcakes when they first came out.
Dude, I remember when I was like younger and like the internet was still like AOL dial-up, and I would go on like Google search sprees for like images of all the like obscure Gunpla that I like didn't even know what it was or anything. Like, dude, I had like all these printouts of like obscure Japanese product, like Gunpla and like all these like suits that I'd never seen before. And I remember getting into Godzilla, seeing some of that early like Godzilla stuff that was still in Japan like this, like before it even came to the States, and being like, damn, like that, like we had the initial Mechagodzilla designs in the States, but there was definitely a time where like this wasn't as popular in the States.
Absolutely.
And it was only in Japan.
Yeah, I remember when these films were first coming out and they first released the images of the toy line that came out, and I was like,
it's so cool.
That is the coolest Mechagodzilla that I've ever
100%
seen.
the coolest Mechagodzilla. So we are super excited to actually get into the build and build this design.
Build your own Mechagodzilla.
So I think maybe we should take a look at what's in the box, right? Like,
absolutely.
Let's do it. This particular one comes with
a whole bunch of runners.
Yeah, it's a pretty big box. Obviously, it's like, I'd say it's about a big size master grade box, like from Bandai. Oh, if we compare them, look at the height difference there. Same depth and everything, but definitely a little more. So he's got more plastic in his box for sure.
Yeah, with the extra accessories and upgrades that he got from the 2002 to the 2003.
Yeah, so this kit is the first in the line. This is the Aoshima Axe series. Yeah, the Axe line. And this is the first one. So obviously his came out after mine, so it's gonna have most of what's in here, plus more. So yeah, let's take a look at what's in here. Manual, awesome art.
And they both actually come with the same size up here, just a poster. They all come with one poster.
Which is hanging on my fridge because I'm a fucking nerd.
Speaking about finish.
So yeah,
Not the best bare plastic.
Yeah, when you get this box, if you're gonna get this, just know you're not gonna get that Bandai quality like out of the box.
No, these kits have to be painted in order to get that film accurate representation.
We'll cut to some like promotional pictures where you can see how they intended it to be presented, and then we'll show you some close-ups of the actual plastic, so you can see. You're not going to get that finish that you can see in the promotionals or like what's on screen or anything like that.
Definitely not one of those kits that you can snap together, panel line, and it looks great.
Yeah, it's not. It's definitely going to need some work. With that being said, there's still some pretty solid surface detail on the pieces themselves. Nothing like it's not quite master grade level detail if you're comparing this to a Bandai figure, or a Bandai kit, but it's pretty film accurate. So like all the lines are there that need to be there. There's nothing extra, but there's nothing taken away from the design, at least upon first glance.
No, especially when you look at the promotional images for this. The way they painted it up basically looks like it walked right out of the screen.
So, but you can tell this is like, it's meant to be a silver metallic finish, but it's really comes across as this more like cheap plastic gray with a little bit of metallic infusion in it. I think yours has a slightly different coloration, but it's the same deal.
On the 2003 kit, it's more of almost like a bronzier
we'll get
type
into
color.
It in a little bit, but it's the same deal with like it's just a bad finish on the plastic.
But both have those nice clear plastic for the eyes. Basically, in the 2002 movie, there's that part where Kiryu kind of goes berserk, and basically the eye color changes from a yellow to a red. There's both clear sets of the eyes.
Yeah.
So basically, whatever representation you want berserk Kiryu, you want the.
So there's a few cool things aside from just like your standard model kit fare in here. You have just like your standard runners, and there's a decent amount of them, by the way. We can throw up a number if we want later, but I'm not going to count them all right now.
Good amount of pieces.
Good amount of pieces. It also has, these are water slides. No, these are stickers. These are stickers, guys, by the way, just so you know. Stickers, not water slides. I don't know if you can even get maybe aftermarket water slides.
I'd probably have to check the eBay or something like that.
We can figure something
get
out.
The water slides.
Post it on Twitter if we find a link for aftermarket water slides or something. But what I think is really cool, like aside from that, is you get the two options for the eyepieces, like Colin was saying. I'm feeling the red, obviously. You can't go wrong with a fucking berserk mode.
Exactly. Especially if your base model is a 2002, you have to do it.
You gotta do it.
The 2003 is a little bit different since Kiryu took a little bit of battle damage in that 2002 movie. Going to 2003, it does have a damaged eye, so there's only one clear eyepiece. The other one is, it's a little bit different, but I think it's great.
I mean, just judging from like the promotional images on the side of this thing, like,
they weathered the crap out of it.
There's some really cool stuff going on with this box, so we'll get into that really soon. But the other cool thing about this kit, which you might experience with some other kits, I just have been building the Master Grade Providence up top there. So this has some similar stuff with the soft rubber parts. Soft rubber squishy parts.
If any Evangelion fans are out there, if you dabbled with the perfect grade, a little bit of those plastic sleeves going on with this kit.
We're gonna take a hot break because Eric's calling me.
That guy.
All right, we'll be back.
Hey ho.
That's great. Do we even record that?
No. I hope we did.
I don't think we did.
Are we rolling?
I think we are. He said we were rolling.
I don't know.
We're rolling. He knows we're rolling.
Still rolling. Dude, I don't know. You're running the camera. Where did we leave off? I forgot.
Well, so let's just jump into your box. So we wrapped up. There was definitely a few things that I missed going over what was going on in this box, but I think we could cover it when we get into Colin's box because it's about
speaking of
stuff.
Back to that kit right there. There have been some user reviews on it and saying that there's errors in the directions, and there was a little complaints about basically the images in it not being clear
accurate.
about how to put the pieces together the right way. You know how like Bandai has like those little like quotation marks next to
telling
something?
the orientation of parts.
Yeah.
So maybe not a beginner level kit by like,
Yeah.
definitely take your time, have that like that method
Think it
of
out.
approach.
Yeah, think it out first.
For
and,
model kit building.
and
like,
just look at the pieces before you start cramming stuff together.
yeah, like this will
Patience.
you'd probably be fine if you've been building model kits for a while, but if it's your first one, probably want to try something like a Bandai high grade or something like
I know
that.
I struggle sometimes, but definitely patience when you're building your models it goes a long way.
Manuals, dude. The manual never lies, except for in this case.
Okay, so
This variant is from
the Tokyo SOS, the 2003 film. So Kiryu is reconstructed after Godzilla badly damaged it. So the eye's different. There's one eye and there's like a busted eye. The Absolute Zero Maser kind of cannon was replaced.
So the
there's-
chest has a gimmick. This is what I forgot
Chest
to
is
mention.
gimmick.
There is a
Chest is gimmick.
There is a chest gimmick where the chest panel opens.
Nothing happened.
Things are falling.
There's a gimmick where the chest panel opens. And on mine, it is the Absolute Zero cannon, and on his, it is the Maser cannon.
It really emphasizes the kind of rebuild, and they added, Kiryu can get more badass. Now he's got a drill for a hand, so
He
that's
does have.
That's pretty awesome. Pretty cool. Same thing with the rubber parts on this kit. Basically, it's almost the same thing plus those bonus parts.
Right. So yours doesn't have the purple backpack, purple soul pack, but
no,
it has.
it is a different style backpack, a little bit different of a design, but overall the same kind of aesthetic. And it is silver in color as opposed to casted in that blue kind of color that's in the 2002 design.
Yeah.
Different color of the runner. Always cut away from you, kids. Don't cut yourself.
Take out my runners.
There's the two. Exactly identical. Exactly identical.
Yeah, same type of plastic, just
mainly
have a different tint to the Tokyo SOS version.
Yep. So this one's bronzy. This one more silver.
These on the table. Leave these right here for now.
Yep.
Little different eye piece too, right? Yours has
It's
a
literally
single eye.
a single eye, since the other ones are sculpted into the head design. So if you look at these pieces right here, basically there is single eye red, and there is actually one for multi-eye if you want to build
the original,
original.
in my box.
Yep.
Where the hell did that box go?
Do you have 3 inches more of box?
No, Colin does.
I have 3 more inches of box.
Bastard.
Oh, do you want to discuss kind of what you're doing with the
Yeah,
with the
so I
paint
guess,
job
like-
for these kits?
So, after him harassing me about not building this kit, this one was announced, and he was like, I'm going to get this one. So then we kind of decided just to have a friendly build off, right? So
Exactly.
we're pretty much like, after today, going to start this build. And my plan is to pretty much keep it pretty... My plan is to keep it pretty much straightforward. Can I get that?
No.
Can I get that?
No, I'm not getting it.
Can I get that, please?
You really want it?
Yeah, I really want it. I need it.
I need it.
Thanks.
Get it for me, Dad.
Cut all that.
No.
So yeah, I'm gonna keep it pretty straightforward. I mean, I didn't even think about it before, but if we could find some aftermarket water slides, that might be really cool to do. But
Water slides are the way to go. Sometimes with stickers.
there's
are
some foil
pesky.
stickers on there, so it's you have that trade-off. Foil,
Oh, yeah.
you get some nice effects from foil stickers depending on the application. So we'll see how that plays out in the actual construction of it.
I'll see. I'll have to top coat the crap out of it. And hopefully those seam lines kind of
We'll
go
see what
away from
happens.
the
So
stickers.
yeah, I have no idea what we're gonna get into as far as like seam lines and stuff like that. We'll see. We'll update you guys as we go on our social, on like Instagram and stuff like that. But as far as the overall end that I see, I'm gonna go super silver, super polished. I'm actually gonna go with using a lot of like SMS paints, which are from Australia. I can't remember the dude that created the line, but he's a super popular modeler and pretty much created his own line of airbrush ready paints. I know you can get them on USA Gundam Store right now. I don't know where else you can get them, but they're really nice. So I picked up some stuff like that. We'll cut to some pictures of the Super Silver that I have that I'm planning on laying down on this guy. So I'll do the like high gloss process where we do like a high gloss black base coat, and then we'll throw on some Super Silver, and we'll see how that polishes up.
Like a new race car like
Looking
finish.
for that like high, that very chrome look, that reflective chrome look. Like I said before, I think I'm definitely gonna go with like the red eye look because I think that just like why not? The like internal wiring pieces and stuff that I'll probably just maybe do like a gunmetal dry brush on just to pop those details out. And no plans as far as like a diorama or anything goes. I think, you know, we'll do some like minor weathering, maybe try and get in some like oil weathering, make it look like a machine, obviously.
Some of that engine grime.
Yeah, get some engine grime
oil
going
in there.
and stuff like that. We'll keep the backpack pretty standard too. Maybe we'll try and do some like smoke effects, like carbon distribution on some of the weaponry areas and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
I don't know if I'll scribe anything, but I was actually thinking about doing some part separation where we would have on the silver parts, I would do like maybe like some smaller components in like a dark gray. So it's a little bit of masking, and then you just have some parts, like some color separation on the outer armor parts.
Absolutely.
So I think that might be a way to diversify it from it just being like a
straight up
replica out of the movie.
Yeah, that's
and more of a like a Nar special or something like that.
Absolutely. So I was gonna do the totally different spectrum of things. I like to weather the living hell out of my kits. So mainly that was part of the reason why I chose to get the 2003 the battle damage version, so I can go all out with the basically. First of all, for the base coat, I was kind of going to use the I love the Vallejo products. The Vallejo, the Model Air, they have a metallic line for that. So basically pre-thinned already, so you run it straight through the airbrush.
Right. So
clean
I know
finish.
both our plans is to use airbrush ready paints. You're going to use more Vallejo based like products, and I'm looking to use more SMS paints. So we're going to kind of, it's also, as well as a build off, it's also kind of like a paint comparison as well to see how these things look out in the, like how they look in the end.
Yeah,
so.
and hopefully in the end, you guys watching, you see the finished products, kind of get an idea of if you wanted to try out the new paints, what they look like on the models. Other than that, probably was going to go in there. I've been a huge fan of the Ammo Bay MiG. Those oil brushers are phenomenal for weathering. There's that Starship Filth, I believe is the name of it. I love that for that almost oily texture, and basically adds that element of realism to the kits that it's just phenomenal. Some of the Tamiya, the dry pigment, the weathering palettes that they do have.
Yeah, the little details, right? Like,
absolutely. So
that's what makes a model kit pop, right? It's like
exactly.
It's all the little stuff that gives it a story, you know.
Little flash of color, and definitely when you're building a model, I know I always have like, well, how did this scruff or whatever get on there, and kind of build up kind of a narrative in your head, and you know, it just makes it more fun.
Exactly. Yeah, you get a little like overboard with weathering sometimes. It's just too fun. You can't stop yourself.
Exactly. But you know, restraint on the weathering. Sometimes when you go a little bit too depth, it takes that element of the realism out of the model, and especially when you're dealing with a smaller scale. I know basically from building the Gundam, like the 144 high grades, and we want to jam everything in there. It's like I gotta make it really detailed.
This is also our first time overboard. Yeah, it definitely can, especially the smaller scale stuff. But this is definitely our first time also doing something like metallic finish like this too, right? Like this is like doing something in this kind of metallic finish to this scale. Like the entirety of the model is going to be pretty much metallic coated. So that's
a lot of firsts with these ones, guys. A lot of firsts
for sure. And one thing I don't think we got to really touch on before was like the scale of these guys.
Yeah, they are a non-scale, so there's not a set scale to them, but they finally completed. They are, I want to say they clock in somewhere between 8 and 9 inches tall.
So about master grade-ish, but I do want to mention like the tail on these guys at least from the looks of it, looks super long, like almost as long as the kit is tall. So
Yeah.
like keep that in mind for if you're planning on getting this to
Shelf
display shelf space. Definitely.
It's gonna go back. It's gonna go
I
back.
don't even know where I'm gonna put this thing yet, so
Yeah,
it'll probably end up on the set here somewhere. So
probably somewhere. For me, as an avid Godzilla collector, basically, if you wanted to get one of these to stand in, basically, if you guys are X Plus collectors, this will fit in with your 20,
this is
25
about X plus
centimeter
scale, right? So
Yeah, just around there for the 25 centimeter line. Won't really scale well with the 30 centimeters, but
Yeah.
for the 25 centimeters, it's a good stand-in.
yeah, and like I said,
sure.
it's about master grade for your Bandai products. So, and where can they get these kits right now? I know. there's some
So
stuff going on.
the 2002 version, that one came out in 2018, I think in September, the month of September.
September 2018.
So right now, I know it's been going on Amazon for like $150, so it's a little steep.
It's a little steep.
So basically, I want to say probably the best way to get it is if you go off of an import site. So AmiAmi or Nippon Yasen. AmiAmi, I double checked today. They were running them for about 9,000 yen. Don't know about the availability.
9,000 yen.
Yep, 9,000. So MSRP for both of these kits was about 8,800 yen.
So you're looking at paying a little over right now on AmiAmi.
Exactly. AmiAmi and Nippon Yasen, I want to say this one was listed just around 9,000 yen. But on AmiAmi, the 2003 version that I have, I want to say it is on sale for 7,000 yen, so well below MSRP.
Yeah, and that's the bigger box, so you're getting the
That's
better
bigger
deal
box
out of it.
and the other accessories with it as well. Also, quick shout out for Nippon Yasen. If you're ordering time we're filming this video, basically, I want to say they go through the 29th. They're actually running a donation right now. So 10% is going to, there was that fire at the animation
the
studio.
KyoAni fire, so 10% of your product order is going to go towards a charity supporting the KyoAni victims of that tragedy. So I definitely think it's like a worthy cause of supporting. And
Absolutely.
if you're looking to get one of these kits, both these kits are in stock on Nippon Yasen right now.
Both of them are in stock.
And
so
there is a summer sale going on. I don't know if these guys are included, but either way, worth checking out. Get something from Nippon Yasen. Support the charity for
absolutely. Basically,
KyoAni victims.
whatever you can do to help out, that's appreciated because they bring us so much. I know for me, joy in my life with these kits and for everything that came out of that animation studio, big influence on us. So.
Definitely. So yeah, dudes, we'll update you guys soon. As we start building these things, we'll probably update our social medias with progress on these, and we'll probably come back once we're done and do a quick little recap on how these came out.
Yeah, absolutely.
And our
And
thoughts on the final builds, and
you can get in touch with us on Twitter,
Instagram, probably not Facebook. Sorry, Facebook. Just how it be. Sorry, Mark Zuckerberg.
You had your time.
Thank you.